Hello, guys, and welcome. This is going to be like a quick preview and a score prediction for the game that is about to kick off in about 5 minutes, which is Newcastle United against Aston Villa. Now, obviously, a bit of a preview is obviously two completely different spectrums of the table. Obviously, Newcastle are going to be playing Champions League football this season, which is crazy. And obviously, Aston Villa struggled a lot last season. As most Aston Villa fans and anyone that watches the Premier League will obviously remember. It was a little bit of a struggle, obviously, until Unai Emery came in, and they did start playing a lot better under Unai Emery. Obviously, the two captains as well. Obviously, Kieran Trippier is going to captain Newcastle, and you've obviously got John McGinn, who's going to captain Aston Villa again. Two great players in their own way. Obviously, Kieran Trippier is a very experienced right back. Played for some great clubs, Burnley, Spurs, obviously more recently Atletico Madrid. Obviously, John McGinn was brought to English football as well by Aston Villa. So I think this has the potential to be a fantastic game. Obviously, you've got Bruno Guimaraes, who's going to be obviously a standout player. No doubt he always is for Newcastle. You've obviously got other great players, Alexander Isak as well. Obviously, Anthony Gordon is getting a start. But I think the main focus here is on two of the signings, one from either side that will be making their Premier League debuts today. And the first one I want to focus on is Sandro Tonali. Now, obviously, I made a video on Sandro Tonali joining Newcastle. I think this is a great signing for the Premier League. I think it's an absolutely amazing signing for Newcastle United. I mean, to be in the midfield alongside obviously Bruno Guimaraes and obviously Joelinton, who's obviously reverted from being a striker to a midfielder. He'll obviously try and provide service for, Almiron, Isak, Gordon, but he's what he can do around the ball as well. He's very smart, very intelligent that in the way he plays Tonali. So I think this will be an interesting game to watch him. With his Premier League debut, I think he has all the qualities that are needed to succeed in the Premier League. I mean, if you do watch Serie A, you've probably seen him many times for AC Milan. Fantastic talent, absolutely no question about it. He's a fantastic midfielder. Definitely got potential to be a world class midfielder one day. I think he maybe needs to prove himself a little bit in the Premier League before he can be considered that. But I have absolutely no doubts that he can become a world class midfielder one day. No doubt at all. Now the next one I want to focus on is obviously, in my opinion, Aston Villa's best signing this summer, Moussa Diaby. Obviously, the signing from Bayer Leverkusen. If anyone's ever watched the Bundesliga and watched Bayer Leverkusen, you'll know exactly what he can do, and he's a top talent, Moussa Diaby, and I have no doubts he is going to become a world class winger. He is coincidentally playing up front tonight with Ollie Watkins. They are partnering each other. He will play on the right side, obviously coming in on his left, which is obviously anyone who's seen him play knows he is a fantastic left-footed winger. Abundance of pace. I mean, it's going to be very hard for the Newcastle defenders if he gets in behind to catch up with him, because if one thing Newcastle's defence does like, I would say it's pace. Botman has got a little bit of pace, but I do think Moussa Diaby would absolutely just tear away from any of them. Anyway, now I'm going to move on to my prediction. And my prediction for this one is a 1-1 draw. Now, I don't think either side is going to make it easy. Newcastle, the way they played last season, the players they brought in, the players who are obviously going to be playing in this game, I think most of them are going to cause a threat. Obviously, you've got to keep an eye on people like Alexander Isak, Anthony Gordon can be a threat. Sandro Tonali is definitely going to try and pull the strings in that midfield. Almiron as well, who over the past year and a half has really shown why Newcastle signed him for the price they did. And again, on the Aston Villa front, their two main threats are most definitely going to be Ollie Watkins and Moussa Diaby. There's no question. Obviously, Leon Bailey as well can also, another ex-Bayer Leverkusen winger. he can cause a threat. He's got pace and everything like that. So yeah, it will be interesting to see how this game plays out. But my prediction is a 1-1 draw. I do think it will be a tight game. I do think with Newcastle being at home, they will try and take control of the game. But Aston Villa under Unai Emery also have tried to focus a lot more on possession compared to how they used to play, which was obviously on the counter-attack, try and use Watkins' pace and things like that. So we'll definitely have to keep an eye on a lot of things. But I do think this will be an exciting encounter between two teams who, well, Newcastle will hopefully be trying to push for the Champions League again. And obviously, you've got Aston Villa who want to significantly improve on last season. Anyway, guys, please let me know what you think in the comments down below. Give me your score predictions. I'd love to hear them. If you did enjoy, obviously, please do leave a like. And please subscribe for more videos like this. Anyway, guys, I will see you soon.